So I did a post the other day, and it talked about saying that you can handle adversity versus actually handling adversity. And this person called me out and said, "What do you know about handling adversity? Everything you post, it's all kind of, good spirits, try to uplift, but what do you really know about dealing with adversity? What have you been through that you can, make that statement?" And so I actually reached out to the person and said, "Well, let's talk. I don't want to do this, just typing this out. Let's have a conversation and talk about adversity and nothing in the past. I just want to talk about what I'm currently going through over these past couple of weeks and just give you examples of how I'm dealing with the situations that I've been presented with." So last week, the lease on my car expired. And so I had to either get a new car or buy my car, whatever it was. The most cost efficient way to do it was to buy out my lease, which I did. And it literally doubled my monthly payment. So to some of you, it's a big deal. Everybody has to deal with that. But it wasn't really something I had budgeted for. It wasn't really something I had planned for at the level that I had to deal with it. I knew that it was going to cost me something. I didn't realize the magnitude of the situation. But I said, it is what it is. I'm going to figure it out like I always do. And I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm just going to kind of move myself forward. It was a tough day because when you look at those numbers, it's a big deal. And when you're trying to budget your money and being as efficient as you can and saving, that's a big hit. And then over the weekend, I found out that the landlord of the condominium that I rent, they want to sell the condominium. And so I need to move out. I need to find a new place to live. I need to move myself to a new location. Anyone who's you watch the news and is in a situation where they're trying to buy a house or rent something understands that there is very little inventory, and what inventory is available is extremely expensive and significantly more than I'm paying now, but I have no choice. There is no option. I can't stay where I'm staying, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Probably going to have to settle for something less than I have right now because the rental costs are so exorbitant. I can't get like for like with what I'm paying, so I have to deal with that. I have to deal with the stress of packing this place up, of getting movers, of all the logistics of moving from where I've been for quite some time into a new place and all the stress that goes around it. And it literally came out of the blue. I had no idea. The last time I had talked to my landlord, they were real happy, been here for many, many years. They said they were going to renew my lease, and really it wasn't anything I was even thinking about because I knew historically that the increase that they give me month over month is not significant. Year after year is not significant. So I wasn't even contemplating what this was going to mean. And then bam, Mother's Day, it all changed. So I've got the car thing that I got to deal with, and I have the living situation I have to deal with on top of life in general. Yeah, there's a lot of adversity there. But how do you deal with that, right? How do you deal with that adversity? What happens in your mind when you are faced with these situations? Two things can happen to you. One is you self-absorb and you go inside and it's, oh my God, poor pitiful me. What am I going to do? Why is this happening to me? It's kind of the typical response when you don't have that plan, when you don't have that mindset. Your mind immediately goes to, what did I do to deserve this? I don't deserve this. This is so unfair. Why is it happening to me? Or you say, you know what? It is what it is. All I can do is make the situation as good as I can possibly make it. There are things that I'm going to have to deal with along the way. I have a support network around me. We're going to make it happen. Is the situation going to be ideal? Absolutely not. Am I going to have to settle for something that I probably am not going to be very happy with? Yes. Is it a temporary situation? Yes, because in a year from now, everything can change and I can be in a much better place. So I'm resolving myself to the fact that in the moment, this is how it is. This is what I need to deal with. And I'm going to set myself on a positive journey to say, you know what? I'm still going to have a roof over my head. I'm still going to be able to take care of my family. I'm still going to have a car to drive. Am I going to have less money than I have right now today? Absolutely. Is it going to impact my ability to save? Absolutely. Am I going to have to cut down on expenses and things that I like to do? Absolutely. Do I have a choice? No, I don't. So you either adjust to it and say, this is the situation I've been presented with. This is what I'm going to have to deal with. Or you let it overwhelm your mind and say, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Nothing's going to work. I'm going to be in such bad shape. And all that negativity, all that adversity is just going to overwhelm you to the point where you won't even be able to function properly because your mind is going to be so absorbed with all these negative things around you. My message to you today is simply this. When you are faced with situations like I have been faced over the past couple of weeks, the best thing you can do is accept the situation and say, it is what it is. I cannot change the housing market. I cannot change the cost of rentals. I cannot change interest rates. So do I need another car? Yes. Do I have perhaps options on what I can do? Maybe buy a cheaper car, maybe go without a car for a little while. There are options that you have to explore. When it comes to housing, you don't have a lot of options. So you just have to kind of roll with it and say, it's going to be okay. It's temporary. It's a year. Hopefully things will get so much better and we'll be able to change the environment that we're in. But we're blessed to be in a situation where we're still going to have a roof over our head. We're still going to be able to take care of ourselves and live comfortably. And that's what's most important. This is where gratitude kicks in. This is when being grateful for the simple things in life is so important, because when you have that gratitude mindset, when you're grateful for the good things that come out of a situation and you find the good in the situation, it changes your perspective and it changes how your mind reacts to the situation. When you're grateful to say, it's not the best situation, but it's livable and I can deal with it, then your mind is going to calm down. And then you're going to be able to say, okay, what do I need to do to get from my current living situation to my new living situation? What are the steps I need to take? Need to get, all of the things that go into moving. You need to kind of lay that all out. Like me, I don't necessarily want to have to get a moving company, but if I do, okay, how is that going to work? What do I need to do? It's all the logistics that go with it. It's when you're looking at a car, well, what are the taxes going to be? What's the insurance going to be? How am I going to lay that out? It's a whole different kind of budget. But having that clear mindset, having everything under control to say, clearly think about the steps that you need to take and how you're going to react will make things so much better for you. So the message today is, when you are faced with adversity, understand the importance of gratitude. Have gratitude be a part of what you're doing. Take time to just pause and think about the implications of what's in front of you. Hopefully, it's a short-term situation that you're going to be able to work through. If it's a longer-term situation, make sure to the best of your ability, you have a support network around you. Reach out to people that can help you. If you need external support, reach out and get the external support. Don't go it alone if you don't have that internal network to go with. But it's really important that you set your mind up in a positive way to look at the bright side of things, to bring gratitude into the situation, calm your mind, think clearly, and then deal with the situation. I hope this helps today, by the way. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.